Okay, welcome. I'm going to talk about a new module you can find in CPAN, that's Win32 Packer. Right? This is almost a retro computing talk because it's about Windows and Perl. So this is going to be a live demo. It's nothing else. And you can ask whatever you want at any time, right? So let's start. I have here two virtual machines, right? One is my usual development box for Windows. You can see here, I have a lot of applications, and let me just. This is the other one. Sorry. Okay. Well, this is my usual Windows development machine. You see I have a lot of tools here, Sigwin, MC32, a lot of things you will use if you are developing in Windows, or at least if you use open source software, right? I have also made a small application, right? It's a demo application, that one. It's a simple script that calls into this module. This is a WX application. You know, you are familiar with WX, but it's just a widget library, so you can do graphical user interface application. This is, well, very simple application, just a couple of functions that reverse a string. We can run it, so we are going to run it in Linux, so you can see how it works, and I can type everything here. Well, the thing is that it is use WX that has a lot of dependencies and things like that. There are a lot of some extra files, like you see here, there's an icon and XRC that are like the interface in a declarative XML file, right? So I don't have the interface hard coded into my code, but it is in an XML file, and that's it. So now I have this little script that is pack.pl. This is what calls the Win32 packer, right? And some arguments. I'm not going to go into all the stuff here. Just you can see that more of them are you can understand what they do just reading, right? There is some slots for defining the package you are going to create. There is an MSI or a portable.zip file. Something like licensing, the icon you want to use, the scripts you want to pack into your application, some extra files that I want included with the package, like the icon, the file with the licensing, and well, so here you see that at the beginning we create a packer object with all this declarative stuff telling what we want to pack, and at the end I just call make installer with the type of the package I want to create. Currently there are 3 backends. This is I'm going to call the MSI, but there is also one for zip files, and there is another one that just put all the files in a directory. That's very useful for debugging and for development time, right? So we can just run it and see what it does, right? So this is detecting all the dependencies. This is using module dependencies. Then there is a new module that detects DLL dependencies, right? So you don't have to worry about looking for your DLLs. If you have used PP for packing Perl applications, you know that you have to put the DLL dependencies by hand. And the worst is that if you upgrade some package or whatever, you have to update your dependencies. Then it uses a toolkit that's the WIX toolkit to build the MSI. And so it's already done. We have placed it in a shared directory. I have shared between both machines that it's in here. Yeah. And this is the MSI. Before installing it, I'm going to show you that there is no Perl in this machine, nothing like this is mostly a clear installation of Windows that has been updating for several Windows releases, but it has nothing. There is mostly nothing program files besides the things that Windows installs by default and, well, Notepad, but that's it. So I can go to this shared drive, my machine, and give reverse. The installer is going to pop up. Next, I have to accept the licenses I have included in the file where I want to install it. That's permissions, right? And here we go, and it's done, right? Before we go out here, you can see that this application is 11 megs. That's quite acceptable for today's standards. Now, so you can come here to the menu. You see it's reverse here. We go, and it works, right? And the other thing is that we can go back and see there is no Perl here. There is no active Perl or whatever. Right? Everything is in the program files, reverse. Everything goes here. You can uninstall it. So just for the oops. Yes. Oh, I'm running it yet. If we go here, the application is gone. The application is gone, right? So you never know what's there. So now let's try the zip installer just to see that it works. We can go here, we write zip, come back and run it again. So, okay. We have the shared folder here. We have now a zip. We are going to start it. To my desktop. Yeah. Well, yes, the application, we can run it from there directly. This is the that one. It also works. Right? So how it works under the hood? Well, you see that here there are all the DLLs in this directory. We have a lib directory where there are all the dependencies, the Perl dependencies. The script is also there. It's well, somewhere, well, here. In the parent directory, there is a loader script. It's load.pl. That what it does is mostly to adjust the path and the ink directory, well, the ink path, or right, and just call the script. Right? There is still some debug information, and this I think that's still experimental, so I have left some debugging yet there to see what's going on. Well, this is very simple, and then we have another wrapper. This does the .exe that runs the. This is the program that calls the loader that calls the original script, right? We can look into this. The source code for that is as. Well, this is the code for the C loader. It's mostly just plays with most of the complication here is playing with converting between the white chart that Windows used to encode information characters and the UTF-8 that use Perl, right? But at the end, all it does is to load the Perl library and call it with a set of arguments that just load the loader, that loads the Perl loader, then loads the former script. And that's it, mostly. Any question?
Yeah? Why did you decide to write this module?
Because at the company I work, we have a BDI solution, and we have a client application that must work in Linux, but also on Windows. And we were using Perl packet, but it was a mess taking control of all the dependencies, and also the time it took the application to start was very slow. So between the user clicking in the application and the graphical interface come up, it could be 30 seconds or something like that. And with that, it's not more than 1 or 2 seconds. and but mostly because of the LLL dependencies.
Does it do the same thing that Perl packer does? In that it just sort of creates a temporary directory?
No. It's everything is
running from within that directory.
yeah.
Okay.
So everything is unpacked on the application directory, and so at the end what you have is a Perl that loads on a specific script and loads the dependencies, and the application starts. Right? Yes.
As I say, the Perl code is not doing much in it. It's mostly the GUI bit is how hard or how easy is to create the GUI in the Perl. How do you create the interface, GUI interface?
I don't remember really. I think I use a tool like WX.
Would you suggest any place where we can go and learn how to do that? That's a difficult bit I can understand. Other than everything is Perl, just right.
Yeah, I don't know. I got some tool from the internet and use it, but it's whatever. Yeah.
So it's the version of Perl that it was taking was the one that you had installed with Strawberry. Can you control which version it will be other than having that globally installed first?
Well, it uses the version of Perl you use to run the script. So if you run the script with Perl 5.8, I don't think it's gonna work, but whatever you use, it's gonna to be used.
Presumably it would work okay with active state. You don't have to use Strawberry.
It should work, but I never tried this. This is completely driving for my needs. So you use a Strawberry Perl, and that's why. So, but if anybody wants to contribute pages for getting it working in another Perls, will be fine.
What do you need to know in order to create this kind of code? Is Perl knowledge is enough to do this? Or do you need it?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. You just can. I mean, you do not need to know anything besides. No, but this is just for showing you how it works internally, right? But in order to use it, all you need to have to write scripts like this, right? Where you put how your application, I mean, which your scripts are or your licenses, things like that. But it's nothing too complex, right? And
Where do you put the imports within the reverse.pl?
Sorry?
You say reverse.pl, but reverse.pl might import many other Perl modules. You don't mention it here?
This is the packer. This is not the application, right? So you have here the
packer you're saying, the script you're mentioning is reverse.pl. You take the packer, this entry point is reverse.pl.
Yeah, sure. That's my application.
Do you need to tell the packer what are the dependencies?
No, it's going to detect there. Here there is nothing about WX, right? This is not WX here. You can search. So it can detect that the application is using WX. Pick all the dependencies, the DLLs. No. Well, I mean, usually it works, but it's using another model that's module depends module, yeah. And you use to pick all the dependencies, but sometimes it fails to detect something, so you can hardcode here dependencies also. Yeah. Yes.
I think I was going to ask that. So can you force it if you find it doesn't find a module? Can you force it as a dependency?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and you can put Perl modules and also DLLs, and you can also include external applications. We're actually packing also Sigwin applications, and it can detect dependencies for Sigwin.
Have you tried it with Win32 GUI as well as WX?
Sorry?
Have you tried it with Win32 GUI?
No. But the thing is that the guys taking care of module depends, are continuously updating it, and there is a lot of hard-coded dependencies here.
Yeah.
So usually it just works, right? Yes?
So with a zip file, would it just work straight off the USB?
Yeah.
You didn't want to install it, yeah.
Yeah, you can put it in a USB, or also the directory target that just creates a directory. You can put it in a whatever, in a drive, and it works. I think that we are out of time now, so.
Last question, please.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.